Yes, it is a cautionary tale, and I'm going to start by saying that I wrote the title for that. The day I filed my application was not a good day. I was having a bad day. So this is about what happens when you vent in public, the dangers of venting in public, the backlash of venting in public. But first, because I know everybody's been sitting for so long, and this is the DJ in me that says, everybody stand up for 1 second. So I'm used to crowd control, it's what I do. Now turn to the person next to you, give them a high five. Big ol' high five. All right? Now does everybody feel a little better? They've stretched their legs, they've got some blood flowing. Okay, apparently. There, now that's a little better. Everybody's got some blood flowing. We're ready to listen. We're loose. Okay, now I can go into this this very dangerous tale. It's really not that dangerous. I'm just kidding. So when I filed my application for this talk, I was having a very rugged day, which is the ebb and flow of being a solopreneur. We have our highs. We talk about them a lot. We have our lows. We don't talk about so much. But sometimes they come out. Often though, what we do is we put on our public persona. And that's what I think a lot of people do on social media, on Twitter, on Facebook. They have a public persona. They're trying to build a business. They're trying to build a brand. So they're very conscious about what they say. They censor themselves, they filter themselves. They're very, very conscious that they don't say anything that's going to hurt their brand. What happens is eventually the public persona takes over, and we start to lose sight of who we really are. And when we lose who we really are, really what do we have left? So we set these high expectations, and a lot of it is we look around at the people that we interact with every day and we say, well, that guy's very, very famous. And that person there, she travels the world. And him, he's on every magazine cover. Me, I never leave my bedroom. Right? So we set these expectations and we get high on ourselves and we say, you know, how do I meet these expectations? But they're unrealistic. They're not for us. These are imposed expectations that we have put on ourselves that we really shouldn't. We need to understand as a core who we are, why we're online, build the relationships that matter with the people that matter for the relationships. Okay? Now, I'm a husband and a father of 4, so naturally my conversation creeps into my family considerably. I had somebody DM me about 2 months ago now, and they said, Chris, I love all your business tweets, and your philosophies are great, but I could really do without all the family stuff. And this kind of irked me, but because I'm very concerned about my public profile and my personal brand and my persona, I didn't say a whole lot. I just kind of let it go. I said, hey, you know what? Just feel free to unfollow me. I'm okay with it, right? But the problem is, how much of that can we swallow, right? How much of this, our anger and the stuff we really need to get out and we really need to talk about, how much of that can we push down, right? We swallow it like a painkiller, right? We hope it'll get rid of it. Then we chase it with a bunch of antacids, hoping to keep it down. But it comes out eventually, and you say something, and it hurts your personal brand. And somebody says, oh, I'm going to unfollow that guy because he said something I don't agree with. And the thing about being in public all the time is you have to be prepared to defend everything you say, because at some point you will have to. And I learned this the hard way. And it took me a long time. I had to do a lot of Facebook pruning. I made friends with everybody. And you know, just because we can reach the entire world from our computer doesn't mean we have to. You don't have to let everybody in. You need to be selective, and you need to pick and choose the relationships that are going to lift you up and not the ones that will tear you down, right? It's absolutely essential to surround yourself with people that are there for you and will support you. I lost sight of who I was. I started being everything to everyone. And when you're everything to everyone, you're nobody to no one, right? what I did was I was trying to be a hero to the world, and what I forgot was I needed to be a hero to the people in my own house. I started losing sight of, I was too busy. Oh, sorry, kids. I'd love to help you with your homework, but not now. I'm on the Twitter. Or, you know, I never really paying attention. You know, you're always a distraction, right? And Twitter can be that. Facebook can be that. It can be the great distraction. So you have to watch when you're building your relationships online. Are you building relationships for your business, or are you just building a bigger distraction? And as we all know, distraction is the enemy of progress. And I know all the procrastinators here can relate. Yeah? You know what? Get back to me tomorrow. It's all good. So we have to be very conscious about where we prioritize our social life, where we prioritize our public persona, how we treat it. It's like any other addiction. It doesn't just jump up and say, hey, you're addicted to me. It creeps in slowly, and it slowly takes over till it controls you, till it consumes you, and then you can't defend it. Be very careful up front. And I'm not saying this to be a downer. I'm saying this because I've seen it happen. I've seen Twitter build some great relationships. I've built great relationships using Twitter, but I've also seen it tear relationships apart. So this is just a cautionary. Be careful. Make sure you go into your relationships with a purpose. So now on to something a little lighter, a little happier maybe. Today, I want to do this before, let me know when I got about 2 minutes left, because I'm going to do something really cool. Actually, it might not be cool to you, but it's going to be super cool to a 6-year-old who's watching this live stream at home. Okay, so again, like I said, we choke all this down, and if we don't deal with it, what we do, you know, we share our small wins on Twitter. We talk about the semi-celebrities we've met. You know, we talk about how good our kids were at school today. We talk about their straight A's. We talk about how we finally landed that big interview. What we don't talk about, though, what we need to talk about is how acceptable it is to fail at things. It's okay to fail. It's okay to stumble, right? We don't need to push it all down. We don't need to take it all in. We don't need to succeed in public and then suffer in solitude. So I'm down to 2 minutes left. So here's the deal. Today is my 4th child, my daughter, Kira. It's her 6th birthday. And I have 4 kids, and total up, they have had 40 birthdays to this date. I've missed 1. That was when my now 15-year-old was turning 2. So this is the 2nd time I'm missing one of my kids' birthdays, and I'm doing it for all of you. But here's what we're going to do. Because she stayed home from school today because she's sick, so she's watching the live stream at home. So her name is Kira, and she's 6 today, so we're going to sing happy birthday to her. Are you ready? Everybody has to join me because I am a horrible, horrible singer. Okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Dear Kira. Happy birthday to you. Thank you, and thank you.
Awesome.
That wasn't bad, was it?